Hi, FlossTube friends. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Saturday, July 4th, 2026 at approximately 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm coming to you today with a very special FlossTube interlude. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about my love of cross stitch mostly, other crafts that I do, and just some other stuff that I'm involved in, and throw in a little bit of life for extra little flair. So thank you very much for stopping by. I really enjoy spending time here on YouTube with my friends, and I'm really glad you're here. So thank you for showing up, and thank you for just indulging me in giving you a very special um, WIP parade. So for cross stitch, a WIP, W-I-P, is a work in progress. So these are all of the cross stitch pieces that I currently have in progress. And I am going through my list of 93 WIPs that I have going on right now. I am currently about 45 WIPs into my WIP parade for 2026. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, so I was long overdue. And I have been recording these most of the afternoon today just because I have the day off. And I don't really have anything better to do except for sit around and stitch or watch TV or just do whatever. So thank you very much for coming by. I just got done with the big plastic bin of WIPs that I have. They're all in various states of restarting and just working on and just getting going. But anyway, we are winding down. We're cresting the hill, and we're on the way down to coming up to the finish line. So thank you very much for taking the time. I have a master list here. I'm going through the WIPs, but they're not in any particular order. I'm just kind of pulling them out of whatever bin and whatever container they are in, and I'm showing you what I have to share. So hopefully, we can get through the rest of these in the next hour, and that this WIP parade will only be 3 episodes long, and not 4 or 5. So thank you. If you can hear behind me, you can probably hear some of the bangs and booms. Fireworks are going off around me. People are lighting off their fireworks, and it is dark outside now. So it is still July 4th. So you'll probably be hearing fireworks on and off through the rest of the evening here. And we are in central Ohio, and this is our big, 4th of July thing. If you're from overseas, this is Independence Day for America. And not really feeling very independent and very patriotic at this point in time, just because of the general environment. Just can't get into the holiday this year. So anyway, this is what we have for you, and we will just keep going. So I'm sorry if the video lags and if the video drops or goes wonky, but I'm not going to be noticing if the video stalls or freezes at some point. So I'm very sorry for that. I got to take these off because now they're bothering me. But anyway, so we will get going on the rest of my WIP parade. So thank you very much for stopping in and watching. I hope you really enjoy what you see, and just let me know if you have any questions. I will be doing my best to answer. Again, a little disclaimer. Some of these pieces, I'm not going to be able to tell you fabric color, fabric designer. Some of them I might not even know what date I started. I might not be able to tell you what flosses I'm using. I might not be able to tell you where the pattern came from, or even show you the pattern right away initially. I had some rolled up pieces that I showed you in the beginning of the last video, part 2, where I didn't have the, because the pieces were rolled and stored in a certain way, I didn't have the actual stitch piece. I showed you the stitch piece before I could show you the actual pattern picture. So anyway, just keep that in mind, that because of the way these are stored in my current storage system, that I don't have, I may show you the actual stitching bit before I actually show you the pattern cover photo. So just keep that in mind, and we will actually get started with part 3 of my 2026 WIP parade. All right. Here is another one of those plastic mesh bags. This is my second ever Long Dog sampler. This is Crossword. Okay. Long Dog Sampler crossword. I am stitching this on a piece of 40 count Be Stitch Me Verdal in Gorgeous Grape using Mo Sale Flosses silks. And I have the Mo Sale Floss silks. I started this May 4th of 2024. I am doing this in a rainbow colorway on 40 count Verdal in Gorgeous Grape by Be Stitch Me. I don't have very much started on this. This is where I've started. That's it. That little bit right there is where I've started. Okay. Gorgeous Grape by Be Stitch Me. As you can see, I have my rainbow cappuccino. My rainbow cappuccino needle minder on here because I am stitching this in the Mo Sale rainbow colorway here. Mo Bittner started stitching this using their colors. So these are all the rainbow colors that I am stitching using Mo Sale flosses. And they offered the set of flosses that they were using. So I ordered the set and I picked the ones that I wanted to use for my piece. And I am doing it in, I think I'm doing it in rows, I think. So like this first row across here. So it'll be all in rows in colors. Yeah. So I'm going from plum to navy to jacinth to tereg. So I have my flosses down here in the order I want. I'm doing plum, navy, jacinth, turquoise, bright green, lime, bright yellow, ananas, pumpkin, and red silk. And I'm doing 21 rows. And then the last two have 24 rows. But anyway, Long Dog Samplers Pumpkin. Sorry, I was reading the notes that I had written to myself here. But yes, I am stitching these in rainbow colors because I saw the colorway and I really liked them. And I am stitching them Mo Sale silk. So I really need to get going on this again. Let me put these back in here. Okay. This is Hidden Harbor. And I will have to find where it is because I don't know. Bear with me just a minute. Hi again, so sorry about that. Anyway, I had pulled out this project and this is Hidden Harbor. I am stitching this on 32 count easy count fabric, 1/1 full cross. I started this July 13th, 2021. And I was doing this with Noah Stitches. Noah Stitches was a YouTube entity here on YouTube. It was a FlossTube person who had started this as a stitch along and encouraged me to join in with them. But I was starting to stitch this on 32 count 1/1 full cross. So this is Hidden Harbor. Really pretty. Really pretty piece. And I do not have the printed out picture of it because I have this in Pattern Keeper. So I'm actually going to shove this in here. Shove this in here. Okay. So that is Hidden Harbor by Heaven and Art Designs. All right. Let me actually get in here and do this. I have to get my eyeglasses put back together. So, bear with me just a minute. Did crossword. Hidden Harbor. There we go. The design is by Andy Russell, and it's charted by Heaven and Art Designs. It's called Hidden Harbor. Okay. This next piece is by the Cricut Collection. I started this because I was going to actually give it to my niece in West Virginia when she was real little. I started this when she was real little because she was really into pirates and whatnot. But this is the Cricut Collection Skeleton Crew. I have changed the fabric and I have changed some of the flosses out to make them more personal and more for them. I'm using some glow-in-the-dark Krynics and whatnot. So I have changed out some of the flosses and some of the fabric colors. I've definitely changed the fabric color. I don't know if I don't think I have the card in here. And I can't tell you I cannot tell you the name of the fabric that I chose. But this is the piece here. And this is where I've gotten to. Skeletons on the boat. And the skeletons are glow in the dark. That is Skeleton Crew by Cricut Collection. The cross-eyed Cricut Collection. Skeleton Crew. So, some of the floss conversions I am doing. I am using Witch's Face is 051F blending filament or 054. I am doing the ship windows in 053, so they glow in the dark. I am doing the moon in 054, so it glows in the dark. Water waves, I am doing using Water Lily's Bermuda weave. The ship letters, I am using Thread Gatherer Ghoulies. So that is what I'm doing for that. I didn't write down the fish. I am using 053F blending filament by Krynic. And I didn't write down in here when I started. I didn't write down in here when I started it. And I also didn't write down the color of fabric nor the type of fabric I am using. But I think this is a 32 count. Yeah, I believe this is a 32 count. But I need to make more progress on this year. So we shall see. So this is Cricut Collection Skeleton Crew. This has been a fun stitch. Let me mark this. Skeleton Crew. There it is. All right. Now this one has a little bit of a story behind it. So this is Joy to the World Bell Pull by Lori Birmingham. So I had the banding for this and I started it and then I lost my pattern. okay? I lost my pattern for this. It was a kit that I had purchased with the banding and everything, and I lost my pattern. And then I saw on a YouTube video that somebody had finished this. And so I asked them if they still had their pattern, and they said no, they got rid of it. And then I was looking around somewhere else, and I found the table runner pattern that was the same thing. So I bought the table runner pattern to go with this. I have not yet finished it. I'm really close on it. I have to add the beads and stuff, but I think I might actually have to I might actually leave this out and take this out and finish it because it's really close to being finished. I have to add beads and such to it. But this is the Lori Birmingham Joy to the World Bell Pull. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to keep this out and see if I can get a finish on this year. Like maybe even this month. Make this like my Christmas in July finish. You can't get banding like this anymore because it's not made. I actually need to take this and show this to Susan Greening Davis. She might get a kick out of this. And that just went way over there. All right, so that one I'm going to leave out and put there too. So this is Lori Birmingham, JK. Maybe it's on here. Do. Again, need to just not take this off of my phone. There you go. Joy to the World Bell Pull. There we go. All right. So this was a little Hello Kitty set that I got. I don't remember where I bought it, but I got it. And I took this with me when the Hello Kitty Cafe truck came in, and I started. I don't know if you can see. It's not going to have it on here. Nope. So it came with some fabric and floss and the little cute pattern book. So I decided to start my melody. This is my melody. That was it. And I started this when I was standing in line for the Hello Kitty Cafe truck. So there you go. It is on the Ada that I believe came in the box. My melody. There we go. All right, this was little kits that I had gotten a long time ago when I was going to be doing a complete cross-stitch Christmas tree. These were little Janlin kits. There goes my mouse. Little Janlin kits. Did it stop? No. Little Janlin kits. This is a Santa. This was on perforated plastic. That is where I got to on that Santa. This was another little kit, and I think I might have actually finished this. I think this one, I finished one, but you can stitch two of them. It came with two. Merry Christmas. But anyway, this one is just the Santa. I need to get the Santa finished, the Janlin Santa. Get him finished. Okay, got my mouse. All right, it's my mouse. All right. Come on. There we go. Okay. Did I stop it? No, I did not. Good. Good, good, good. All right. Is it stopped? It's still going. All right. 11 minutes in. This is an FFO. That is, I think, going to be, that one is an FFO. I think the rest of these in here are kind of FFOs, maybe. All right. I think these ones are FFOs. Windmill. White willow. Let me see if I mark these, if I have these ones down. I think the white willow one is an FFO. Yeah. That one is an FFO. I'm not going to show that. Windmill. Do. Boy, you can really hear the bangs and booms from the area fireworks going on. Wimmo 10202. So this one is a Janlin kit. This is by Boyd Designs, Janlin. And it's called Windmill 10202. Do I have a start on this? Yes, I do have a start. It's in the middle. I'm not sure which is up or down, but I do have a start on this in the middle. Windmill Janlin kit. I don't know if I will continue stitching on this or not. I have no idea. Just some sort of random even weave. Came with 27 count even weave fabric and six strands of cotton. But I don't know if I will even continue stitching this or not. I don't know. That's a potential WIP. This one is Shepherd's Bush. Let me find the windmill again. There it is. This is Shepherd's Bush. I really like Shepherd's Bush things. I have not purchased Shepherd's Bush in a long time. I started this a long time ago. This is Road to Bethlehem, and it is a nice little sampler. Maybe it's probably not gonna focus on that. There we go. Road to Bethlehem. I started this long time ago. I don't know when I started this, but I am quite a ways done with it. I think I'm almost finished with it, to be honest with you. I'd have to look. But I have all of this stitched. I really need to finish it. I think I'm working on the vine area down here. But I need to check to see where I'm at to finish it and see if I can get this finished this year and get it hung up, because I really like Shepherd's Bush things, but again, I don't really know. This is using silks. These are stitched with silks, and I don't really know exactly where I'm at with the Shepherd's Bush Road to Bethlehem, but this is where it's at, and I'm working on the vines on the bottom. I think I'm mostly done, but I'd have to double check and see where I'm at. This is over here, Road to Bethlehem. Okay, Road to Bethlehem. And then this is Shepherd's Bush Pansy Roll. I don't know if I'm going to continue stitching on this or not. I don't know. I don't remember how far along. I haven't gotten super far along on this, but that is where I'm at. Pansy roll. Really pretty. It came in this little teeny pouch. It was a kit, Shepherd's Bush kit. Again, at one point in time, I was buying Shepherd's Bush stuff to stitch because I really like their aesthetic. But all right, so Pansy roll and then Road to Bethlehem, and I believe that is it out of that tub. So let me mark off Shepherd's Bush, Pansy roll. Woohoo! All right, Yay! We are getting down to the wire, you guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I will reset, and we will come back with the rest of my works in progress. That was only 15 minutes, so I'll be right back. All right, woo, this is taking a lot. This is taking a lot out of me. Here we go, though, but we are on the home stretch, and we have quite a bit left to get through. I have 2 more bins and some loose stuff to get through. Yep, 2 more bins and some loose stuff to get through. So we are almost there. All right, so I'm reaching for this. This is Downton Abbey, my Garon Toten bags, Downton Abbey bag. And if you watched recently, back in April, in my video back in April, you might know what is in this project bag. So this is a 2-part thing. The Black Needle Society has a Stitching at Downton virtual retreat. The first one, episodes 1 and 2, or seasons 1 and 2, was last year. And we were given this I Am a Custodian pattern. This is the middle of the I Am a Custodian pattern. So this is part 1. And this year, for seasons 3 and 4, we were given part 2. So this is the Stitching at Downton, I Am a Custodian pattern that we stitched during the retreat. So unfortunately, last year, I did not finish part 1. And this year, we couldn't work on part 1. We had to actually work on part 2. Quite a few people finished part 1. I have not finished part 1, but I had to move on to stitch part 2 for the weekend. So this year, I have a goal. I don't know if I'll finish part 1, but I do have a goal of finishing part 2 before next year's seasons 5 and 6 retreats. I have lots of stuff in here from the retreat, including some of the stuff that we got from the retreat. Here is one of the schedules for the Stitching at Downton. It happens over 5 days, the retreat schedule, and it's a virtual retreat. And Kate and her mom are really nice. So I am using DMC flosses for this. I have lots of DMC floss. In my retreat bag, we have a lot of the items that were given in the retreat box, including like the Downton project bags, and stuff like that. So this is some of the Downton stuff that we were given for the retreat this year. Lots of really neat things. We were given Hold My Hand, a neat piece of fabric, Saving the Downton Pigs, 32 count Lugana by Bee Stitch Me. Lots of floss. So we were given a set of specialty flosses this year. Really neat floss colors. Really neat things that we were given for the stitching retreat. But this is the I Am a Custodian project that I need to get working on for next year's thing. I am stitching this on Bee Stitch Me 40 count Lugana. One over one. And I have the 2 Downton needle minders on here. So this is where I'm at. So I have the car in part 2 and some of the castle from part 1. So I need to get going and stitch on this for next year. So later on this year, I plan on pulling this out for a couple of extended weekends. I might actually take this to retreats with me and make this my retreat, my in-person retreat piece, and just stitch on this during in-person retreats at the end of this year, so I can hopefully get enough of part 2 done, so when they release part 3 next year, I will be ready to go. So that is I Am a Custodian by Black Needle Society for the Stitching at Downton retreat. Over to Bees, Black Needle Society, I Am a Custodian. It's by Katie Landis. All right, next. That one is not a WIP. I have another Wadabiz project to start. It is not started yet, so I cannot show that, and I will not show that. All right, this is another bag that I got from my friend Melanie Pratt. Melanie Pratt was a friend of mine who passed away last year, and these are some of her works in progress that I inherited. These are not yet on my WIP list because I have not added them as of yet. So I'm going to be writing them in. So this is Mill Hill Gumball. So this is number 93. Spring Bouquet Gumball Machine. I'm not exactly sure where Melanie left off. I can figure it out pretty easy. I think she was just doing beading. But this is Melanie's stitching, so I will have to finish Melanie's Gumball Machine. That is going to be an easy finish. Thank you, Melanie. I'm sorry. Getting a little nostalgic. So this is Melanie. I don't know when she did it. Gumball. I have quite a few of her threads. This was something that she had started. This is the Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett. This was in the one of the magazines. But this was in one of the magazines. She had it stitched, and I added it to my issue. She is working on the beads. She only had the beading left. So I need to work this, get the beading done on this. This is Sunflower Fairy. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little teary-eyed thinking about her. Mel was a beautiful stitcher. This is Mel stitching, you guys. Mel was a beautiful stitcher. And I miss her. Wow, I didn't think this would make me this I didn't think it would hit me this hard, seeing Mel's stuff like this. So, Sunflower Fairy. Mel. Nora Corbett. This makes WIP number 94. So WIP number 94. You guys, I didn't think this was going to hit me this hard. Mel really liked Victoria Motto flosses as well. I have her a whole set of Victoria Motto flosses in these baggies here. And there's more Victoria Motto flosses in here. But she was a big fan. She was a big fan of Prairie Schooler and Little House Needleworks. So she had this I Love My Home piece from Little House Needleworks. Oh my god. No. And this was Mel. Mel had started this. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to take a minute. So thank you, guys. Sorry, I am still a little nostalgic. So this is Little House Needleworks. I Love My Home. Mel had started this. I had pulled this out at one of the retreats earlier this year to stitch on this song. And so I'd worked on this already this year. Oh my goodness. I miss Melanie. I miss Melanie a lot. I'm sorry that it's kind of hit me a little bit. You'll probably, I don't know if you can see the tears in my eyes a little bit, but I had to take a little moment and just kind of stop and pause. But this whole bag has Melanie stuff in it. She was also an avid Prairie Schooler Santa stitcher. These are nutcrackers. That's one of the nutcrackers. I will be finishing that up for her and probably stitching these other nutcrackers as well. I think I have a lot of her fabrics. But as I said, Mel was an avid prairie schooler a prairie schooler stitcher. A lot of these ones are not in my thing, I don't think. Let me double check. Prairie schooler, no. Yep, a lot of these ones aren't listed here. So, this one, let me go ahead and see if I can figure this one out. I think this is prairie schooler. I'm not sure. Anyway. Yes, this is prairie schooler. So this is the prairie schooler nutcrackers. And Mel was stitching this one here. So prairie schooler nutcrackers. All right, let me see if I can write these down on here. Prairie schooler. All right, so we have prairie schooler. Nutcracker. So this nutcracker is WIP number 95 for me, from Melanie. Okay. The nutcracker. Prairie schooler, double double. Prairie schooler, double double. This is where Melanie had got to. This makes WIP number 96. Double double. This is Northwind 2020 Santa. Northwind 2020 Santa. This is WIP number 97, you guys. This is where Mel had got to. Prairie schooler, St. Nicholas. She has 2 copies of this pattern. She had 2 copies of this pattern. Prairie schooler, St. Nicholas. She has 2 copies. This was one that I had finished. I forget which one it was. I forget which one it was. This one I had finished, but I had finished these ones. I put a note in here that I had, this was started by Melanie Pratt prior to her death on 3/17/2025. I finished it August 23rd, 2025 at Camp Got a Stitch in Berlin, Ohio. It was Prairie Schooler Book 20. So this one was finished by me in August last year. Wow. I wasn't expecting this one to hit me like this, but this is a lot of Melanie Pratt's prairie schooler stuff that I need to work on and finish for her. So I could potentially have a lot of finishes. So this makes 97 with adding these. This makes 97 adding these to my thing. Wow. Thanks, Melanie. Thank you for adding to my WIP pile. Whew. I don't know why this hit me so hard. All right. This one I haven't worked on in a little bit. This was also a restart. This is Heaven and Earth Designs 4 Seasons by Jacek Yurka. And it has all 4 seasons in one piece. This was one I had restarted. Had a lot more done on it, but I decided to use 32 count. This is actually the bottom down here. This is the winter corner on the bottom. It's 1/1 10. Yep, 1/1 10. As I fight with the piece to get it back in the bag. That is 4 Seasons by Jacek Yurka. 4 Seasons. All right, this piece. This is Pumpkin Table Topper by Dutch Treat Designs. This is one that I actually had to reorder the pattern. Pumpkin Table Topper by Dutch Treat Designs. I am stitching this on a piece of Ann cloth, and it's going swimmingly well. So this is where I'm at. Turn it this way. This is where I'm at. I worked on this a little bit. I am stitching this one in hand as well. This is going really good. Using pearl cotton. You can still get these things. I don't know how available the Ann cloth is anymore, but anyway, I'm stitching this using the called for flosses. Except for one of the colors. One of the colors wasn't available, so I had to swap it for the next shade up or down. But it's on a piece of Ann cloth. Yep, I'll try and get this. I need to just put this in a bigger bag. I might actually do that. All right. This, I think, was also one of Melanie's. Yes, as a matter of fact, this was Melanie's. Melanie was stitching Country Cottage Needleworks, Sweet Treats. She had started this. So this is another one of my Country Cottage Needleworks, Sweet Treats. Yep. Sweet Tweets. Mel Pratt. This is number 98. But she had all but one of them, so I actually had to buy the missing one. Actually, maybe it was the full pattern that I had to buy. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Anyway, I had to buy something, but she had it pretty much all kitted up, ready to go. I don't know what color fabric. Oh, yes, I do. It's Lavender Bliss Casual Linen, 28 count. And she had done a little bit of stitching on it. So this is what she had done. So this back in here. Melanie. So this puts me at 98 whips. I'm at 98 whips now. I'm at 98. 98. All right. Another Garon tote bags. Christmas poinsettia bag. I have a lot of Garon tote bags. Forget what's in here. Oh yeah. So this is Silver Creek Samplers. Sing a Sampler series. Do Re Mi. Based on the Do Re Mi song from The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is my favorite musical. Sing a Sampler series, Do Re Mi. All right, Sing a Sampler series, Do Re Mi. This is where I got to. I've worked on this, I believe, this year. I was doing this as a stitch along with my friend Kelly Green from Don't Run with Scissors. She did a more colorful colorway. I'm using the called for colors. But yes, that is where I'm at. This will come out for sure in December when they air The Sound of Music on TV again. But I don't know if I will get to stitch it before then. The Single Sampler series, Do Re Mi. Mark that off. This is Satsuma Street, the 4 elements. I don't have too much of progress on this. I need to bring this out and work on this as well. But that is all I have on the 4 elements. Is that the, no, that's the wind at the top. That is the top. That is the wind at the top. I don't have any information on my card. I am stitching this using Cosmo Floss, but I don't have any information on my card. Alright, so I'm stitching it on Cosmo Floss, but I have no information on what fabric or anything I am using for it. That is just crazy. Crazy, crazy. Will this tell me? Cosmo. I don't know what this will tell me. What flosses I am using. Pumpkin pie. Nope. Craziness. But I am using Cosmo Floss for this. Satsuma Street, 4 elements. Satsuma Street, 4 elements is going to be on here. 4 elements. Cosmo Floss. I started this September 24th of 2023. September 24th of 2023. I actually need to write that on here. So let me do that. I'm going to go ahead and write this out. So this is Satsuma Street, 4 elements. Satsuma Street, Cosmo, Floss, Unknown, Fabric, Unknown Fabric, Satsuma Street, started 9/24/2023. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Woohoo. This is more Melanie. This is more Melanie. Yep. Definitely more Melanie. This is all of her Prairie Schooler fabric. Melanie had a crap ton. This might actually be Rob's mom's fabric. I don't think any of this is stitched, but this is a lot of Prairie Schooler stuff. Prairie Schooler Santas. This might actually be Rob's mom's stuff. My coworker Rob, his mom was a stitcher, and they moved her. Yeah, so this is something, not sure what. But they moved his mom out of her house and into assisted living facility recently, and she was also a Prairie Schooler stitcher, and so he brought me a lot of her stitching stuff. This might be his mom's stuff, and I'm not sure what that start was. Although this might be some of Melanie's stuff, because this is all from Cross My Heart, but that doesn't mean that Rob's mom couldn't have also bought it. So this is not really a WIP. It is a WIP, but not a WIP. So I'm actually going to put this not in WIP pile. This is going to go in a to be stitched pile, which is over there. Okay. All right. So that was either Rob's mom's stuff or Melanie's stuff. This is a really cute pumpkin spice bag by Black Cat X Stitchery. This is Shannon Christine Designs. This is a fun one, you guys. So this is Shannon Christine Designs. This is called Autumn Drinks. It is a little pumpkin spice sampler. Really cute. Really, really cute. And I got a piece of banding from Susan Greening Davis at Camp Got a Stitch 2 years ago that fits this really perfectly. And I have the first one, the first little drink done. So this is the banding that I'm doing it on. Really great. I'm stitching this over 1 because this is 36 count. Stitching this over 1 strand over 1, and I'm swapping out some of the colors for to make the top part shiny. I am using a satin floss for that. But the first little drink is done. This is going to come back out again this year, so I can hopefully stitch on it. I might actually take this one to camp as well and stitch on it because I heard Susan is coming back. So that is Autumn Drinks by Shannon Christine Designs. Okay. this might be something fun. Yes, this is something fun. Woohoo. Wow, lots of stuff. All right. This is a magazine pattern that I do not have the magazine for, but I am stitching this stuff on perforated paper that I have stamped using stamp pad ink. So this is the October Spooky. This is a 12-month series, and these are about as all they're going to be. And I'm stitching this on the perforated paper using stamp pad ink. Let me see if I can get the card out. This is the stamp that I used for the next one that I'm stitching. But this is Double-Sided Fun Needle Bling Designs Spooky. I started this October 4th, 2024. Perforated paper, 18 count white, stamped with orange and lilac ink. Moselle Silk, Darkness Black, DMC E940 Glow for the Ghost, and Live and Die LA Maleficent Word. I don't have the charts. Oh, there we go. So this is what it looks like. Spooky, double-sided fun. And instead of doing them, one over each other like that, I am doing them in a row. I'm doing them in a row instead of doing them on blocks. I'll be doing them in a row, just like that. Yep. And then this is the next one. I think this is for autumn. That I stamped. Yep, that is for autumn. Spooky and autumn. Double-sided fun. This came out of a magazine, but I don't know which magazine issue it came out of. And I do have all the perforated plastics to do this with. I'm going to be doing them all using the stamped method to make them colored and whatnot. Spooky. Spooky. I started that October 4th of 2024. Okay. That is not started yet. This is a classic. A lot of people are stitching this. Let me put this back in the bag before I get onto that one. But as I was saying, a lot of people are actually, or a lot of people have stitched this or are currently stitching this one. And this is a classic. This is a classic piece that was first published in a Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine from way back, I believe in 1987. There's my card. So this is Amid Amish Life from the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts May and June, July, August, and September, October 1987 issues of the magazine. I'm stitching this on Picture This Plus 32 count Mercedes Lugana 2/2 full cross. And I don't know if I can show you the whole thing. You can also get this as a leaflet. Let me show you this. This is one part of the piece, but you can see it's in 3 pieces, big piece. I'm stitching them all together in one big piece. So I'm stitching all 3 parts in together. This is the first part, and you will see the first part in my stitches mostly. This is going rather well, actually. So this is where I've gotten to. I'm really enjoying this stitch too. This has been a lot of fun to stitch. Super fun. Mid-Amish life. This one is an old one. This is from the Gentle Art, and it's called Garden Hares. This was to try Gentle Art sampler threads. So it's an old pattern. I don't even think this is copyright 1996. So this was a long time ago. I think this was a little kit that you could buy, and I bought the kit or was given the kit. But I need to get working on this. It's a sampler threads kit, costs $16.50, and it's on 28 count casual linen and cream garden hares. So it's the first look at Gentle Art sampler threads, but I need to finish this. There's some strange stitches in this, but I do need to finish this because I have the leaves and I have the hearts and I have to finish the trunk and the bird. I have to put, I think there's buttons or something on that's supposed to go on this, but I need to finish this because this, I've had this forever in a day. I have no idea when I started this. I just know that I started it using Gentle Art sampler threads. Okay. Garden hare. Do 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 do. Garden hares, Gentle Arts. There we go. Okay. This piece is from Tiny Modernist. This came out in a several part thing. This is called Words to Live By. And it had a free border by Tiny Modernist. Words to Live By. Really fun thing. Trying to see if I can find my card. There's my card. So I am stitching this on a piece of 30 count weeks linen in the color Purple Rain using the called for colors. I subbed B5200 for the white, and I started this in 2019. I had finished part 2, When It Rains, on January 3rd of 2021. So I started this in 2019. This is 30 count weeks linen in Purple Rain. And this is as far as I've gotten. I need to dig this out and work on it as well. But those fireworks tonight have just been nonstop. Words to live by. There we go. All right. Woohoo! This is punch needle. And this was Melanie's as well. This is a big bag of punch needle stuff that is finished and partly finished by Melanie. I am not going to get into this because this is punch needle. And, well, yeah, so I'm just not going to get into that. There's plenty of time. What's this? Aha! So this is called Make Minutes Count by Cross Stitch and Country Crafts Magazine, the May-June 1988 issue. The fabric is R&R Productions 36 count vintage homespun using the called for floss 2/2. I started this prior to 2018. It's called Make Minutes Count. And it's this pattern here. Oh. Cross stitchers make every minute count. It's this one here. It's a small piece. I haven't worked on this in forever. Make minutes count. Every minute counts. This is a fun one, you guys. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, A Year in the Woods. These are all the animals from the Year in the Woods series. This was the first Year in the Woods series that they came out with, either last year or the year before last. And I got all 12 of them. And there is, I found, you guys, I just found my Black Needle Society prompt cards. My Black Needle Society prompt cards, you guys. I just found them. So that means that I can actually go into my WIP Go board and redraw the February card. I just found them. Great. Perfect. Yay. I was wondering where they went to. All right. So, anyway, I was saying that Bee Stitch Me dyed a whole set of fabrics for this series. And they offered them up. And of course, I had to get the 40 count Verdal fabrics for all 12 of the seasons. So the goal is to stitch all 3 of the animals for that particular season on one strip of fabric. So we have blue is number 12, number 1, and number 2 for winter. Yellow green is 3, 4, and 5 for spring. Deep green, 6, 7, and 8 for summer, and dusty, 9, 10, and 11 for autumn. So gray, so I have 4 pieces of Bee Stitch Me fabric. Winter is Gray Magic, spring is Meadows, summer is Spirit of the Forest, and autumn is Dusty Cottage. So I started summer with the Bald Eagle, January 29th of 2023. Mom had picked a start, so I started with the Bald Eagle, and it is on the green 40 count Verdal. I am stitching all 3 of the seasons on the same fabric. This is 1/1 full cross on the 40 count. And this is where I'm at. Yep, it's going quite well, actually. And I'm really, this Be Stitch Me fabric, you guys, this Verdal Be Stitch Me fabric is like stitching on butter. I love, 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 love this fabric. And I love stitching on 40 count. Ta-ta-ta. But anyway, so I have the entire set of Be Stitch Me fabrics to stitch everything on. I need to get cracking on these too. You guys, I need to get cracking on almost everything I have to stitch. So this is A Year in the Woods, Bald Eagle. All right, you guys, that does it for that bin. It is an hour in. I am actually going to call this one here, and we will do part 4 coming up next. I had a lot to go through. I didn't realize that I was going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more projects to my list of WIPs. You guys, I am at 98 works in progress right now. If I include all of the inherited pieces from my friend Melanie, I am at 98 works in progress, you guys. I'm almost triple digits. Holy cow. Okay. Now, some of those I should be able to finish up and knock out as finishes, which would be great. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 72 out of 98. So I have 26 more WIPs to show you. According to my count, I have 26 more WIPs to show you guys. I am going to stop this video here and we will record part 4 here in a bit. I am going to pick these up and put these all back in their bin and reset for part number 4. We have 26 more WIPs to go in my 98 WIP parade. So I hope you've enjoyed all of these. I'm trying to keep them about an hour. Hopefully the next 26 will not go as that slow. And we can get through these together. So I'm really looking forward to getting some more progress on some of these and to get these knocked out. So thank you very much for stopping by, and I will see you very soon.